Welcome back to the RF Fitness Podcast, brought to you by the RF
Oh,
by
large finger.
by rffitness.net, your source for online coaching built for and by basic grown-ups just like you who are on the quest for health and strength in everyday life. I am your host, Rob Finlayson, certified older brother fitness coach and big finger haver.
Gross.
And I'm here first, kids. And I'm here with my co-host,
Rachael Hammerwood, certified younger sister.
I don't know if the voice is totally necessary. When you do it?
Hello.
Oh, okay.
And one trick pony with no more tricks.
We're down a trick. We're down
a trick.
So this week, I want to talk about parties. P-R-T-Y, because I gotta. Specifically, I guess not specifically, but generally just like parties, how we think about them, what we enjoy about them. I have a couple of notes about what types of parties to talk about. This is sounding very lame already.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Parties and how
I have
to
a
talk about
diagram of how to have fun at parties.
I actually have a flowchart for how to have fun at parties.
Fun fact, for my maid of honor speech for my best friend's wedding, I did a PowerPoint presentation.
That's phenomenal.
And the DJ said it. I've been doing weddings for like over 25 years, and this is the best speech I've ever seen.
I've never seen a fucking PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly.
But this past weekend, we had a party for your little girl.
Happy birthday, Linnea.
Happy birthday, Linnea, to my niece. The oft mentioned on air classic kids party theme combination of Halloween gymnastics.
Apparently, it's been done multiple times.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like Halloween or like costume gymnastics. I could see like a superheroes themed gymnastics.
No, they specifically said Halloween.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it is a classic combination.
Yeah.
That's news to me, dude.
I know it. It was so strange.
I mean, it was dope. I could see why. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know. The girls were just telling me, like the coaches were saying, like a lot of people are doing like more themed birthday parties, and Halloween is one of them.
Theme parties rule, dude. That's one of the. I think it's
hell yeah, they do.
I think that's one of the reasons why I'm such a big Halloween freak is because it's like if you have a Halloween party, the theme is built in. There will be costumes. That's the point of it. And I love theme parties. I love costumes and costume parties.
You looked great.
Thanks. I was a ninja.
Solid ninja costume.
Solid ninja stew. I probably could have shed my upper layer of the gi, the top red gi. That's just very hot. But
yeah.
I did want to do more of the gymnastics myself. It looked so much fun. I only got to do a little bit of it, but
dude, it seemed like Olivia had a blast.
It's for the kids, so whatever, let them have it. Yeah. Whatever. Dude, Olivia she got big mad at me at the party at some point. Yeah. So there's like the parallel bars, right?
Yeah.
And like the kids can like jump on and hang. She had like climbed up to one, and like I think it was like just after you had told me like go hang on the parallel bars with Olivia next to you and took a picture of you. I was like, she doesn't want to do that. She wants to do her own thing, right? So she climbs up there in this really awkward way because she's not an athletically gifted child. She climbs up in this weird like chameleon style way, and I'm like, like I'm talking to Mo, whose back is turned to the kid, and I'm watching the kid, and I can see that she's stuck, and she goes, ah! There's like a scream. Like I've heard this child yell pretty much every day of her entire life, because she's just.
But this was like a scared scream.
This was a scream of like I am uncomfortable / in pain. I am legitimately scared. Like this is like a please help. This is like a help me sound.
Right.
So I rush over there, and Mo, for listening to this, I'm sorry if I was brusque with you. I said, get out of my way. And I just like moved her to the side, moved my wife to the side, jump over, and I like pick up Olivia off the bar and set her down on her feet. And she's like fucking fuming at me. Like she's got like angry eyebrows, and she's like looking at me with the mad fist. She goes, ugh. I'm like, are you okay? She goes, ugh. Are you hurt? Ugh.
Seemed like a lot of guttural noises coming from her that day.
I mean, she's had a lot of big feelings lately, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Are you?" I was like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Ugh." It's like, "What's wrong? What happened?" And she goes, "Ugh, Umph."
Oh, say less.
Yeah, and I'm like, I said, "I don't got time for this. Have fun or don't." And I just fucking left. It's like
Yeah.
and then next time I turned around and saw her, she was on the balance beam having a fucking great time. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
kid's 6-year-old's gonna 6-year-old. I'm 6! Uh, so and she was and continues to
Fair.
be this day. But other than that, I mean, she had a like you said, she had an awesome time at the party. Um, I've never been on a balance beam really, at least not that high. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, went on the balance beam and she was like pretty nervous about it, but she was like clearly she's like, I felt kind of scared being that high up. Like I'm an
Dude,
adult person. I don't go that high
yes.
off like yeah.
Yes.
It was
Her and I, yeah, we were all talking about the fact
yeah.
that like it is a lot more on the line to fall at adult height.
Yeah. Well, I was at the playground with Olivia last week because it was our spring break. And she was like, "Will you swing with me, Dad?" I was like, "Fucking right, I will swing." I didn't say fucking, but I was like, "Yeah, I'll swing with you for sure, dude." And she gets in the one swing. She had to go on the red swing because it's the new one. So I get the black swing. And I'm swinging. And I'm like showing her how to like pump your legs because she can like kind of do it.
Hmm.
And she's like, "Dad, I can Dougie. Let me show you." Apparently, Dougieing is when you jump off the swing.
Oh,
Right.
I
So
got so excited.
no, it's not the dance. She's not going to show me how to Dougie. That is a reference that is completely outside of her scope.
Okay.
I know how added to the list of disappointments about this child's popular culture relevance. But she jumps off the thing. She's like, "No, you do it." I'm getting and I like pump really high, and there's a moment where I'm like, "I'm kind of nervous up here. This is I'm really far off the ground. I don't know, man.
I don't want a Dougie
I'm 37. I shouldn't be higher up off the ground than I am tall in like a and not inside of a building. You know what I mean?"
inside of a building.
There's no windows blocking me from gravity
Outdoors.
out of doors in real life in 3 dimensions here, dude. I am fully suspended above the ground only by chains and like vinyl with
You're
this
about
thing.
to Dougie yourself into the fourth
And you know what? I
dimension.
dug it off and I did a cool ninja landing, and Olivia thought it was the coolest fucking thing she'd ever seen in her life,
Dope.
which it was because I'm a ninja.
Speaking of being 37, it's April now, so I turned the calendar and I have my birthday, April 8th, and it said in big letter or big numbers, I guess, 35. And I was like, damn, I can't believe I'm gonna be 35. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? I'm not gonna be 35.
Yeah, that math doesn't math.
I was just like, took a picture of it on Snapchat and sent it to some people, and they're like that's when you know you're old.
Straight up fucking forget how old you are.
Yes. Large numbered.
Like,
I'm gonna be 35.
I'm 6 to I'm 35. How
Yeah,
old are
literally,
you?
I'm 4.
One more than last year. Yeah. Maybe it's just a theme in your house. I don't know. No one knows how old they are.
Honestly, everyone thinks they're a year older than they are.
Just getting older. That's the important part.
Who knows?
So yeah, so that's one birthday party that we had recently. Like we also had
Did Olivia like the trick or treating?
she loved it. She got treats.
I was very excited about the trick or treating.
It's very cool. I handed out those sticker sheets to everyone and the business cards to Mi Gente. Uh,
Hell yeah.
hey,
Mi Gente shout out is Mi Gente Food Truck is having their opening weekend starting tomorrow through Saturday at Chris in Crystal. Oh my god. Keep talking. Let me pull it up.
so actually it's good that Mi Gente was there. Well, not Mi Gente was there. Sam and Josue were there. And I guess they are technically Mi Gente LLC, whatever. But I'm glad that I was reminded that I know someone with a food truck because I've been so on the fence for months now about running Ragnarok again because it's so
Mm,
expensive and it's so labor intensive. And like I love it, obviously, but there's
yeah,
so
that
much
would be
that goes.
crazy if you didn't do it.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, instead of work, because food is always such a huge expense and huge stressor for me. It's like, why don't I just get the food? Why don't I just get Mi Gente to come out and do tacos? People would love that.
Yeah, they
It'd
would
be
because
so
it's
easy.
delicious.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do if you guys are free on August 4th or 5th or whatever it is, I'm sure I have to sign up or something. Hopefully Sam listens to this episode.
She she will. She's the best.
Sure.
Opening weekend, Thursday, April 3rd to Saturday, April 5th, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Clever with a K. Not very clever in my opinion.
Wow.
Clever Liquors in Crystal, Minnesota.
Mm.
And if you follow them on Facebook, which you should, you'll have $5 off your order.
Whoa. What a deal.
And you can say hola to Josue.
You can say hola to Josue at the party. I don't know if you clocked this or not. Mo told Josue that I speak Spanish. And she was
Do
like,
you mean I told Josue that you spoke
was that
Spanish?
you?
Yes.
And I was like, I don't. I know I don't. I do not speak Spanish. Stop telling people that. That is a mentira. Because
Whatever.
I used to be fluent in Spanish during the time and shortly after when I lived in Mexico and I studied abroad there for a semester. Obviously, that was the best my Spanish has ever been, but it's been like 10 years, plus 10 years
I
since
don't know.
then.
I guess maybe it's because of the fact that I don't know a second language that I just thought like it didn't leave you that fucking much.
Dude, it super does.
Hmm.
I can have a very slow, probably uninteresting conversation in Spanish, but not at the speed that a person who speaks it can.
So, a story time that combines speaking Spanish and parties. Uh, so I was at Sam's house for a bonfire. Sam used to throw a lot of bonfires, and then she had a kid, and Leo really messed up the bonfire vibe.
God dang it.
Um, just kidding, Leo, I love you. And
Vibe
so
Slayer.
it was me, Sam, and Kayla, and then it was like at least 20 of Josue's friends.
Damn.
Yeah, Josue's friends get down. Um, and so we were all there and they were all speaking Spanish and it was, just us three. And I was just like, dude, I bet this is how they feel all the time. Just like overwhelmed by this different
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Um, and
Talk about sensory overload.
yeah. And they had asked pretty early on, do you speak Spanish? And I said no. And they were like, okay, well, we're not fucking talking to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I get it. And then the bonfire was going and the smoke got in my eyes. And the only thing that I know how to say in Spanish is, which I said was, Jesus Cristo mi ojos, which means Jesus Christ
Jesus
my
Christ,
eyes.
my eyes.
And
Yeah.
then like a handful of them like looked at me and they're like, you said you couldn't speak Spanish.
Mentiroso. Yeah.
This was literally the only thing I know how to say. But I felt very cool with the fact of being able to, like, literally, Jesus Christ, my eyes, said it in Spanish.
Knowing how to swear in another language is a good skill. So when I was in Mexico, the program I was there for was studying Spanish language and Mexican culture. And like I came in with a solid handle on Spanish just from like what I'd done for like 4 years in high school and like one class in college at that point, one or two classes in college.
Who was your Spanish teacher in high school that you loved?
Senor Georgis, gorgeous Georges, as me and only I called him.
Okay.
A native Argentine, so I learned.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I learned Spanish in the Argentine style. God, he was such a good teacher. He was the
I
first.
remember you loved him.
I wasn't so much. I still do to this day. Like he was the first class I ever had as a high schooler. My day one of ninth grade was
Hmm.
first period Spanish, beginner Spanish with Ricardo Georgis, and he actually think shortly after that only did like advanced Spanish classes, which I then took with him. And like I remember on my last day of school, like day whatever of being a senior, like bell rings, whatever, seniors get out. I was like, I have to go say goodbye to Senor. And I went down to his classroom and I let them know like, hey, like you were the first class I ever had in school at this school, and like it meant a lot to me. Like you've always been one of my favorite teachers. Like the way you really fostered like my love of Spanish language and culture. It's like really pointed me in a direction for what I want to do in college.
Yeah.
Like I want to study Mexico and Mexican culture and pre-Columbian archaeology. And like he got me interested in like Argentine history. So that's where I first learned about like Che Guevara, which if you know anything about Che Guevara,
I don't.
so think about like my politics now, and then you can trace a straight line from where I'm at now to
Hmm.
learning about Che Guevara in high school. Anyone knows about Che Guevara, well, that's like, oh, fucking obviously. Um, and like both, like he and I just both like kind of got emotional about, like we hugged, and it was just so awesome. He's such a
Oh,
good teacher, yeah. And it's crazy because I've seen him a couple times since then, just
yeah.
like in the wild. Like I saw
I
him
remember. Yeah.
I think I saw him at Target once when I was just like out and about. That was in Land Lakes, I believe, which makes sense because that's where we all live. But then I saw him when I was working at Caribou in like New Hope. He just like, yeah, I was like a barista at Caribou for like 9 months while I was saving money to buy my engagement ring for Mo, and he
Oh,
he just like happened to come
that's
in.
crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and it's that look you get when like you can tell someone kind of recognizes you because it
Yep.
had been like 8 years or whatever since the last time he saw me. And he's like, oh, I took a picture with him, sent it to my Spanish friends. Man, it was dope. It was, it
That's
was,
sweet.
it was very very cool. Yeah,
I still see a lot of the teachers out and about
where you still live.
because I never left.
Wonderful. Yeah, so you had your Linnea's party at the high school, which is like across the street from where you
Just
live.
nuts, man. I'm
Yeah,
like, if someone told me in high school that I would have my 3-year-old's birthday party at the high school, I would have been like, Jesus, take the wheel,
which you
run me the
live like
fuck
three
over.
blocks away from, like less than a mile away from. Yeah,
Not three. Do you mean 3 houses? Because I moved even closer to my high school to the point where, in the fall on Friday nights, I can hear the Centennial Fight song from my deck.
it sucks.
That is not the life projection I had planned.
Oh, it so rarely is. We never,
Yes,
wind up where we think
but
we're going to.
but
Unless you're my wife, she wound up exactly where she wanted to, but she's really
yeah, fair
smart.
enough.
So
Um, the first of all, the reason why is because Eric was looking for a house
mhm.
when we very very first started dating. He was very seriously looking for a house. We were very not seriously dating, and I'm like, I'm not going to tell this guy where to live. But please don't end up at this house. Guess what? Um, actually, he was looking at the Wilkinson's house.
No shit, really.
Yes,
That's very funny.
that would have been.
Did he? Was this like as you guys were dating? Did he know it was our neighbors?
No, he had no idea. He
Oh, is
toured it
this
before we met.
okay? Sure. I was gonna say that's crazy.
Oh
Um,
no.
that's some crazy people shit.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Yeah. I remember when
Um,
grandma moved into the house across the pond and mom had a fucking conniption fit about it, which I get.
dude, I mean, I get it with it being grandma, but
Yeah.
I would have the conniption fit in the best way possible if mom moved
Mom lived
across.
like a block away from you. Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be awesome. Which a PS mom was telling me literally today, like the amount of things that you guys get wrong on this show is astounding.
Maybe, well, you know what? When she has her podcast, she can say whatever she wants.
Well, and I said, Mom, well then show the F up on the Discord. And
You're barely in the Discord.
whatever.
Oh my god. Questies, Discordians, get in the comments right now and ping Rachel.
Oh
Tell
my god, whatever.
ping her with your favorite food emoji.
Sure, fine, okay. I'm heavy in some other things right now.
Okay, that's fine. You got stuff to do that's not being in the Discord of the show that you're on.
Yo, right. Literally, I was trying to get them things done today, and y'all be pinging me.
Yeah, well, we be pinging.
We be pinging.
We be pinging. So let's talk about birthdays.
How was your kid's birthday?
It was dope. Yeah. We went to Pump It Up. We were just talking. It was just Olivia was just talking earlier tonight as I was tucking her in for bed. And she goes, "Do you think I have enough dinosaur stuff in this house?
Oh,
Do you think there's enough dinosaurs?" She said it like that. Is there enough dinosaurs in my place? It's like, what is this? It's like, could there be any more dinosaurs in this house? We
what?
could do like a Chandler Bing thing here, kid.
Yeah, what's happening?
It's just she's got some weird delivery. This shit this kid comes home with sometimes, man. I don't know. She's great. But yeah, I was like, no, dinosaurs are your thing right now, man. Like I remember you used to do trucks was the thing, and then it was like underwater
Hmm.
stuff was the thing, and all these things that you had birthday parties about. And she was like, "What was my birthday party about this year?" And I was like, "One, you were there, dude. You should remember,
What?
right? Two, there wasn't a theme. It was at Pump It Up. Although I guess we probably had dinosaur plates or whatever.
Fair.
Yeah, so fair. So, but yeah, we did Pump It Up, which is an inflatable park. If you don't know what that is, like it's a just giant warehouse with the inflatable castles, and like they shuttle the people who work. It's such a good business model. It's so tight. It's so well run. It's toy like a toy. You show up, all the little kids are going ape shit in a little waiting room. Then there's a safety video from the girl who runs from
Oh,
the
that
high from the
everybody's watching.
for everyone's. I mean, the kids actually do watch it. The high schoolers who run the event
No
do a
shit.
really good
Okay.
job. Yeah, no, it's like
Hmm.
okay. They get their whole little spiel. Then they run to the first area, which is completely walled off, secluded. It's just your
This is
party,
like a padded room.
basically. Yes, and then the kids go nuts in there for like 20 minutes. The the people who work there squish them together for a picture, then shuttle them into the next room. While we were being shuttled out, the next group is being shuttled in to
Yeah,
that
that's
same.
incredible.
It's just constant churn. It's like the inflatables will run on time, and then they do 20 minutes in the next inflatable room, and then they do like the other however many time in the party room, which is like where they serve you pieces of pizza, they serve you the cake, they write down if you choose to do gift opening at the party, which we did not, but I've seen them do it at other
Yes,
parties. They sit the kid on like this big inflatable throne, which is great. But then the person who's like facilitating your party writes down what gift is from who
that's incredible.
and then gives you the list later, which is
Damn.
just like such an attention to detail thing, which blows my mind. And then they clean everything up and you're out in like 90 minutes. It's incredible.
Hmm.
Pump it up. Check it out,
I feel like
guys.
that would be also so hard because I mean, Linnea is just the biggest feet dragger when it comes to anything transition.
Sure.
That
I mean,
like
so is Olivia, but when it's like you transition to another fun room with new cool things in it,
fair, 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 fair.
it's a lot faster. When it's like,
Yeah.
put your shoes on so we can go to school, she's like, she's not even that. She's just very slow. Very such a pokey kid, dude. I think every parent ever is like putting your
I
shoes on.
I know. And then we
Yeah.
get in the car and she takes her shoes and her socks off.
Oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
good thing. Good thing. Good thing about Lexa, bro. Title.
Yeah, we did that, and then a few weeks later we had Mo's party, which I put together and facilitated and ran, um, because Mo spends all of her energy planning Olivia's party, and she doesn't really have enough
Yes.
energy left over to celebrate herself, which
Wow, that's so thoughtful.
obviously she does. Sorry,
Must be nice.
must be nice. But yeah, so I ran I think we called it the birthday party, where I just
With a lisp?
a birthday because we went to different beer breweries.
Right, it just sounds very lispy.
Birthday party. It
Yeah,
was it was it
BBFD.
was super fun. And
Oh, yeah.
we went to okay. So the original plan was to go to 4 breweries, and then her friends can join us at any or all of them for us whatever amount of time they want. It is intentionally very loosey goosey because I know we got a lot of
Yes.
people, some with kids, some with not, some who live in different parts of town, whatever. Either way, I'm driving more around. We go to the first place. A couple of her friends show up. She gets a flight of beer. like bangers. Everything's on. Everything's on. We go to the second location. We show up. Mo's had a total of 2.5 beers, maybe 2 beers from the flights. She says, "It's Eladonia. It's my birthday. I'm doing a brewery tour. Sweet. Here, have a free birthday beer. Great, thanks." Then our friends show up. "Hey, Mo, happy birthday. Let me buy you a birthday beer." "Wow, thanks." More friends show up. "Hey, Mo, happy birthday. Let me buy you a birthday beer." "Hey, thanks." And now we're like many more beers deep than I think we anticipated at this point in the journey. We wound up hanging out in Ladonia for a pretty long time. We get nachos, and then we go to LTD. We drive out there. Mo rolls in. "Hey, it's my birthday. I'm doing a brewery tour."
It's my birthday.
Wow. A free
Oh, hey,
birthday
Mira.
beer. Thanks. Her brother shows up. "Hey, happy birthday. Let me buy you a birthday beer." "Hey,
Oofta.
hey, thanks."
I don't have a brother.
She was having a very good time. It was just Mo being able to just really let loose and not worry about any
Yes.
details and not having any anxieties about where the kid is because she was with mom the whole day. And like I was able to drive around. It was great. And we had planned originally on going to Bear Cave, which is basically across the street from LTD. But that same night, one of her coworkers was hosting this big like St. Patrick's Day house party at their house. Parties. Um, and and it's like this big to do that they do every year for like a bunch of the people who work at the school. And Mo had gone last year, and she had gone like super early. It was this whole thing, and she had to drive herself, so she wasn't able to like really turn it up. But then on her birthday, we're like, okay, if no one else really says they're going to be coming out, we can just scrap Bear Cave and go to this house party thing. Well, things were kind of petering out around dinnerish time. We said there's going to be food at this house party. Let's go there, check that out. We get in there. It is 100% people I do not know, and everyone is very drunk.
100% wasted.
100% trash. And it was great because it's like some people I like recognize from like just being in the building sometimes, from like picking the kid up from school or like
Where they are not
conferences,
100% wasted.
and they're just turning it up, dude. It was great. It was very fun and very funny, and Mo had a great time conversing with people, and I got to meet some pretty interesting people and
Will
who
you
I'm
tell the
sure
Will you tell the yikes story?
who don't remember me. So we were playing. So this was if you follow me on Instagram, you might remember a story where I posted like some guy said I looked like Jacques Cousteau tonight. I was not in costume. It was just my outfit for the day, which I thought was very funny. But it was during that game of Fishbowl, which if you've never played Fishbowl or Monikers, it's a party game. It's essentially like a 3-part, like you do password and then charades and then whatever with teams. And on our team
That was so funny.
was one of Mo's coworkers and her husband. And we were talking about something, and like one of the clues for the game one of the prompts must have been Trump or something about that. And like it's very loud, like the music is going and everyone's yelling and talking. This fucking Dropkick Murphys blasting somewhere in another room. And Moses is like, "Oh, Trump." And this woman's husband goes, "Oh, Trump? I like that guy." And Mo just goes, "Yikes!" And then returns to conversation, just like fully stonewalls him after that, like he
Oh,
ceases to
no.
exist to us. Yikes! Um,
It's so funny.
it was maybe the funniest thing I've seen happen in real life. It was fucking
Oh my
awesome.
god. That's the best.
It was pretty good. But that was a party. So I want to get into a little bit about how we interact with parties, because I was talking a
Yeah.
little bit before the show that you and
We like to party.
I
We like to
I
party.
I kind of don't is the thing.
We don't like to party.
I don't like parties, house parties. I've never been a big like party guy, like a house party guy. Even in college, maybe even especially in college, because I was talking to Mo about this a while back. Like at many parties where I just show up, I don't like. I'm someone I have to know what my role is in a situation for me to like really feel comfortable, right? Like at work, I know what my role is. At home, I know what my role is.
Mm,
On this show, I know what my like what I'm supposed what's my job basically. You know, if I'm hosting a party, I know what my role is. If I'm co-hosting a party, or if I'm Mo's like chauffeur and like cool husband for the night, I know what my role is, like what I am supposed to do. If I just show up to a party and the only objective is like socialize, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like I don't know these people. Like I've gone over on the show before. I think like I'm actually sort of shy. I don't like meeting new people. It's hard for me to like open up and have conversations with strangers that are like deeper than surface level. Like I find it kind of obnoxious a lot of the time because so much of my day job is just
yeah,
having
right.
like these types of conversations with people who are, well, I mean, they're more than strangers, but they're not like close friends either. I mean, some of
Right.
them are, but they're not like, I'm not like inviting them to my wedding or whatever. You know, they're not coming to to my birthday
Didn't you have
party.
clients at your wedding?
I had one or two clients at my wedding. That was more of a no. I had one client at my wedding because we had an extra thing to throw out there, and we needed to fill seats, and it
Ouch.
was like, "You're a fun person. Do you want to come to my wedding?" And she said, "Yeah," and then she left like ASAP. She was like, "This is not really my
Okie dokie.
scene." Yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
It was fine.
Sounds like she needed a role. Um,
Yeah,
your role is seat filler.
your role is seat filler, and I have had clients come to Ragnarok since then.
Yeah.
But I think those are people who have like transcended that boundary from client to friend. I think a big part of that
Mm,
is like we've played Dungeons and Dragons together many times, and for me, that's like we're cool now. We're like friends now. If we
that's the
play,
threshold.
yeah, that's the threshold, man. It's a D&D threshold. But yeah, for me,
My threshold
going to a party,
is when my clients and I become friends on Snapchat.
that's a click over for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell me
Now you
about
know.
your party plan. Like you roll up to like a house party. What are you doing? What's your game plan? How do you approach?
No, I mean, I guess first of all, I don't really go to that many house
I guess
parties anymore.
maybe back in the day, maybe back in your party days.
Yeah, back in the day it was easier because I drank. Um,
It's crazy how everyone's just pretending not to be shitting their pants right now at this house party.
well, I wasn't eating bananas. Settle down.
It's not one of those weird banana parties.
let's, let's all get tingle mouthed. Um,
Yuck.
um, yeah, fair. Um, so I was talking to one of my mom friends, and she was saying that her and her husband got married on a beach just themselves. There was like the marrying person.
Proficient.
Yep, yep, yep.
Awesome.
And just them.
Awesome. That sounds
The end.
nice.
And I was like, that is crazy. And she was just like, neither of us wanted to speak in front of anybody,
Oh, really?
because we're so shy. And I was just
Uh,
like, would you consider both of you guys like really introverted? And she was just like, "Uh, yes." Um, and I was just like, oh, really? Like, interesting.
mhm.
I didn't really like read that off of you guys. And um, I said, I think it's because I'm so extroverted that I don't read people's introvertness as much. Uh,
Uh-huh.
because I, and then because we were just like talking in chat, and I said in capital letters, "You will talk to me."
Yes. This is a threat.
Like, which isn't my favorite part of myself, but
Sure.
I don't know. If I want to talk to you, I'm going to make you talk to me. But I will say there's like 90% of the world, not to toot my own horn, fucking loves me.
I mean, that's true.
But the 10% that don't like me really don't fucking like me.
Big swings. Big swings.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
much of a
yeah.
spectrum. It's pretty binary. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I think at parties, because I know 90% of the population loves me, I'm
Yeah.
walking around, big personality out,
Sure.
uh, and yeah, I mean, I'm down to talk to everybody. I was at this one house party actually. I mean, okay, now I'm gonna sound lame as fuck. It was actually a 2-year-old's birthday party.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's
But
turn it up.
it was some chill ass parents,
Yeah.
whatever. And it was when I was down in Arkansas with Jess, and Jess's husband was there, who's a very funny person. And I think my career is cool. I like talking about my career. And I will say, I maybe talked about my career a little too much.
Hmm.
And I was like, something or another when I'm dog grooming. And Chad was like, wait, are you a dog groomer?
No
Shut the
way.
fuck up, Chad.
Shut up, Chad. Oh my god.
You're such a Chad. Um, so I do fall back on my career a lot, but it
Mhm.
gets people to talk to me, which
Sure.
is my favorite.
See, that's
Um,
interesting because like I've like I also like my career and could talk about it for hours at a time, talking about coaching and philosophy. That's what this fucking podcast basically is.
that makes people feel self-conscious.
But as I say, but nobody wants to talk to me about it, which is so weird because I see like on personal trainer like Facebook groups and Reddit stuff like so. It's like I hate saying I'm a personal trainer at parties or whatever because people are always like, "Oh, don't look at what I'm eating," or like critique my gym
Form
plan
or
or whatever. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like, but no one ever says that to me. They're just like,
really?
I've almost never gotten like an actual social reaction
That seems
from.
strange.
I
Not
think
even a negative one.
not really. I think honestly, it
Are
comes
you speaking
from
loudly enough?
right. Here's the thing. I think a lot of it comes from the people I have to introduce myself to are like Mo's friends and colleagues, and they have real jobs like teacher,
Oh, I understand that.
psychologist, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
social worker. And I'm just like, I work at a gym. I can make moms do
yes,
burpees for
right.
calories, you know, and it just sounds because there is such like an idea. We've talked about this on the show a million times. There's such an idea of what a personal trainer is and what they're like. And you know, and I feel like you
Hmm.
get put in the hole a little bit if you tell people that. So that's one of the reasons I refer to myself as a coach a lot more than a personal
Oh, yeah,
trainer because
yeah, fair.
I think there is a difference in like how you comport yourself and how you sort of approach the field. I was actually just in an oh yeah, life update. I was just in a job interview last week.
Oh, what?
Yeah, at the New Hope YMCA. So I'm gonna be training there again pretty
Oh,
soon. Yeah, which is funny.
I
But
mean, do you do you know that mom really needs somebody to work for her?
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That's not what I do. I'm a coach. That's what I've done for 12 years. I like it. I'm good
Think
at
of the
it.
conversation you could say if you're a warehouse assistant.
I just did. It was
Anyway,
awful. Um, but yeah, I was talking with the PT director out there.
is it the same person?
No, it's different,
Oh,
which was nice. Yeah, so I haven't worked at the Y since 2020 when Y was furloughed for the shutdown. Everything shut down, and like at that time, I got furloughed from the Y, so I was effectively fired. But where I currently coach and train at, Soda found ways to keep us on, to keep us employed and working and paid, which I really appreciated. And I was sort of like looking for a reason to leave the YMC at that point, anyways. So I kind of took that as like, I'm just not going to come back. And that was 5 years ago. And now I need reasons to come back, and I have them. And there's an opportunity here. I'm taking it. Well, that's a whole other conversation, whatever. But I was sitting down with this guy who I've not met before, but who knows that I've worked at the YMCA previously. I had really great reviews from my previous managers. Everyone who still worked there apparently thinks very highly of me, which is great. I think highly of them as well. But I was talking to him about coaching and like how to approach the job because he was saying that like most of like what his job has to be for hiring coaches has to be finding someone who is a good like character fit, not necessarily like do you have like the mechanical
mm,
knowledge to put a workout together because that's kind of quote unquote the easy part of being a coach of being a trainer. Like if I just wanted to put a
fair.
you don't need a personal trainer to put together a workout for you. You could go on ChatGPT and it's going to put together an entire thing for you in like 0.9 seconds. It's going to be bad, but you
Right.
can do it for free very fast. What a coach has to do is be someone who like gets to know the individual person and has this relationship and like does
For
this.
sure.
There's so many layers to it. And I told them, which I never thought about this before, but in the interview, in the moment, I told them like, yeah, I feel like it's less of like doing a job and more like honing a craft because I've been doing this for so long. Like I could literally do this in my sleep, but I want to be so good at it and I want to keep getting better at it that I feel like I'm intentionally getting better at an art form at this point. And the art form isn't necessarily personal training. The art form is being a people person, essentially being a relationship person, which is interesting to me. That's what I like doing. But for some reason, that doesn't come up at parties. People just think, oh, he makes people do push-ups,
Yeah, I guess.
which
I
isn't
mean,
true.
yeah,
I think people do
everyone wants to
kettlebell
talk about their
swings.
dog.
Exactly, exactly. No, people hate going to the gym. They don't want to talk to a guy whose whole job is gym. My whole job is gym. You know, I'm like fucking Ken from the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Yeah,
that.
that's the
My
reference.
job is gym.
My job is gym.
Um, Dude, I remember one time this chick was like, "What do you do for work?" And I said, "I'm a dog groomer." And she was just like, "No way, I have a husky." And I was just like, "Did I say I was a dog groomer? I meant I was an accountant."
Itch.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about your dog.
I was on the phone with the Department of Revenue this morning.
Okay.
Hashtag in the middle of some stuff. And and she was asking me if I'm taking in new clients.
My God.
And then told me that she's not very happy with her dog groomer. And then we got in this whole thing. Turns out
Jesus.
I am besties with her dog groomer. And I,
What?
yes.
Are you gonna narc?
No, I literally said at the end of the conversation, I said, "Do you want me to talk to her for you?" Like, this is just so. Talk about being extroverted.
So yeah, yeah. And that's dad. You know what I'm saying?
It is
Yeah.
so dad.
It's giving dad.
It's giving
It's
dad.
serving dad all up and down.
It is wild, man. I mean, just I get teased all the time for I essentially just like my social connections. Like,
For
you
sure.
have so many besties, you know everyone
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Like, blah blah blah. And yeah, like, oh, my homie at the pharmacy, my homie at Cub,
Hmm.
my homie at the meat counter. I was homies with the meat counter Cub guy.
Not
Um,
anymore. Not your enemies. Do you have
um,
beef?
um, no, I stopped going there because I realized how freaking expensive Cub is.
He's weirdly overpriced.
Wicked expensive, and
Like
I do
why?
not understand it.
It's
I
not that
literally,
good.
it is not that good. I will go there for their berry prices, and
Hmm.
that is it, because they have really good twofers. Um,
Gotta go to Aldi, man. That's where it's at.
I feel like their produce can be hit and miss.
You have to like look at it when you put it in the cart, but like it's good for the prices you get, man.
Yeah, right. No, we do most of our shopping at Aldi, but yeah, well, to shopping at.
So when you like to go to parties or do you like to throw parties?
Ooh, I mostly like to throw parties I know because I know everyone there loves me.
I mean, that's not a bad reason. You know what I'm saying? Like if I throw a party, I can control who's on that guest list.
Right, right. I mean, so like the last party we threw, I don't think you were here. I don't think you went to the last party. So normally we do for my birthday, we have like one big ass house party.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that was last year I didn't make it, yeah.
okay, yeah. Last year was the biggest party, and it was bro fucking litty.
It was what?
Pretty fucking litty.
Oh, okay.
And not Liddy like our cousin. Um,
I
pretty
don't think
fucking Lydia.
I don't think I've ever called her that.
Oh, I call her Lydia all the time. Okay. And shout out Lydia. Um, also, LOL to that party because I've never told Lydia this story. I don't know if she still listens to the podcast. But when she showed up at my party, and Lydia is young, and very
Exceedingly Gen Z.
Yes, this the Gen Zest.
She's an artist.
Um, yep, she sure is.
Keep that in mind. Had an extensive job at a bike shop.
Yep, and then she
M-
cleaned boats, and now she
Many
sells
tattoos
pottery.
that I
And
would describe as just a little guy. You know what I'm saying?
Lydia is fucking great,
Are we
and
drawing the picture? Yeah, Lydia is the fucking best.
she just exudes middle child energy. Um,
Yes, in the best way.
Yes, in the best way, for sure. But yeah, so she rolled up at my party and she was just like, "Ah, Rachel." I remember she was wearing a gray poupon shirt or whatever, and it was so fun. I don't know. I was just like, "God, you're so great." And she was like, "Yeah, I showed up with like four of my friends," and I remember being like, "LOL," like, "No, you
Wouldn't,
fucking didn't."
wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, like, wouldn't that be nuts? Because that would make no fucking sense why you'd roll up with these random ass people to my party that I've never met before.
Yeah,
But then I turned around and there was three random people that I've never met, and they were all giving middle child energy.
boy, they travel in packs.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah,
And it was just so funny because I had like that crew, and then I also had because I very like a lot of people, I have friends from different areas of my life. And it was most recently because I was heavy in my mom era, hashtag I still am. Um but so there was like some like older moms there.
sure.
And then I remember like my couple of mom friends being like, where am I?
The vibe has changed.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, that party was stick nasty. But this year, I have a load of disappointed people.
Oh,
But this year, I'm doing something a little more intimate, and I'm having a slumber party at Jake's house.
oh yeah.
Um, and Jake is my gay best friend. It's not some weird thing. Um, well, it's like it sounds like I don't know, like my
I
my
guess if you
buddy
don't,
Jake,
I guess if you don't know Jake, yeah,
right?
right.
Um, because Jake has what I describe to him as your parents are rich house.
Yes.
Um, Very nice house. So, yeah, we're gonna slumber party there, and it's gonna be mostly moms that are all looking to get mom drunk.
Hell yeah, dude. And Jake.
So, it's so yeah. God, I love Jake,
he'll
and
be
I think
he'll have a great
Mo
time, I'm
is
sure.
coming to part of it. I hope.
From what I understand, she's an affirmative. Yeah, I got
You
the kid
should
for that night. Yeah,
fully convince her to stay the night and get mom drunk with us.
babe, you should stay at Rachel's party and get fucking shitty.
Because everyone there loves Mo.
Yeah,
I mean, Kayla would
everyone
probably try to have an experience with her.
everyone everywhere has loves Mo. I don't blame her. She's
Yeah,
awesome. She's the best.
that's true.
She's a smoke
Um,
show. Yeah, everyone fucking knows it.
and it's yeah, I'll come bumper with tweet. Oh, I should invite her on the Facebook invite.
Definitely, you should do that.
Because I'm making everyone bring me my favorite snacks.
Wow, it's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
It's my
I
birthday.
was talking to Sam and Jake about it, and I was just like, can I just like make a conceited request? And both of them were like, oh, you, you dirty
Ah,
motherfuckers.
you nasty boy. Dare you? How dare you do me like this?
And just Sam was just like, what, do you want everyone to go around in a circle and compliment you? It's like, well, I thought that would already naturally happen.
No, goes in a notebook, crosses out compliment circle quietly. Scrap that idea. Guess paint the tail on the donkey's
No,
back on.
just want everyone to bring me my favorite snacks.
But
So,
then you
yeah,
guys get to share the snacks you eat them together as a party.
precisely.
Precisely.
Party at
If
your friend's rich parents' house.
if money was no object, what kind of party would you throw? Like, what's your dream party?
Probably not some like big giant party.
Mm,
Just a party with my besties, which yeah, I have like 20 fucking besties. Um,
I didn't
but
didn't even have to say it.
it would just be at a house with a nice clean bathroom and super comfy seating.
Mm,
Low lights. I'm very much like the lighting needs to be
totally.
on. I want a nature documentary and glass animals playing.
Okay.
Um, nature documentary on mute, glass animals to make it look like it is a nature documentary music video.
Okay. So you're talking about Glass Animals, the music, the band,
Oh, yes, sorry.
not
Um,
like not like the Glass Menagerie, like the play.
correct, yes. Which they're actually coming to the Armory on August 4th. Hashtag your birthday.
Tennessee Williams or the band.
Glass animals.
Hmm. That's that. That's one's for my theater kids out there. That's Glass Menagerie, Tennessee Williams. So what ingredients make a great party? As someone
Good
who's
people.
as someone who
Good
has thrown
lighting.
good parties,
Comfiness. Good
comfiness.
food.
I like good
Um,
lighting. That's one that I had not considered.
yeah, ooh, I cannot party if it's bright.
Bright. See, I was worried it'd be too dark,
Well, I mean, I don't want it to be like
nighttime or whatever.
right. I just
Trying to,
want some like
trying to see each
I don't
other.
want overhead lights, but I want surrounding lights, and I want them at medium light,
But
like
but
medium.
you do gotta have music, right?
Absolutely. What are we
I've been
supposed to
to,
do? Listen to each
I've been
other
to,
breathing?
dude, I've been to so many functions, parties as an adult where there's not music, and I'm like, the vibe here is an absolute shambles because there is not a
Mm-mm.
soundtrack happening. There needs okay, so my thing, most people know that a party needs people who you like, a space to hold it that can hold this many people, and food and drinks. What a lot of people I think miss when they're putting on a function is music
Mm-hmm.
and a central activity. I need an
Mm.
activity. When we went to this house party, there was no central activity, so everyone just
Oh, yeah,
stands
yeah,
in the
yeah.
kitchen and snacks because that becomes the only like capital T, capital D thing to do at the party.
Yeah.
So it becomes the
Yeah.
only thing that people do. So Mo had the brilliant idea of running this game of monikers, fishbowl, whatever, which like half the parties, and then there's like circulation. You know, people should be encouraged to circulate at a party. There should be multiple things, multiple stations, multiple ways for them to engage, not just like with the event itself, but with each other. You know, because most likely if you're throwing a large enough party there will be people from your different circles there who don't necessarily know each other very well, and like
Right.
for me part of what makes a party good is that like people make new connections because
Right, right, right,
everyone
right,
like
right,
like
right,
you
right,
said,
right.
everyone who's at this party likes me. Ideally I like everyone who's at this party. They should then by like the nature of what overlap, whatever transference, they should like each other, and I want more people to have more good times, more
Right.
friends make that happen, which is why
Right.
when I throw Ragnarok, I have so many activities planned. I need so many things.
Yeah.
There's sword
I
fighting and
think,
there's trivia and there's
yeah.
scavenger hunts. I also just
I
love to
guess
overplan.
because my type of part, where'd you go?
I'm right here.
Okay, thank
You
God.
you did a weird jump. That was you. My computer. It's the sound of me knocking on wood. My computer is fine now, guys.
Jesus Christ. I think it's because more of my friends are vibey hippies, if you know what I'm saying.
I do.
Um, so we are very okay with just doing no activity. Uh,
I can't. So even when I am high off my ass, I need to be doing something. Because if I'm not doing something, I am asleep at a party. If I'm
mm.
drinking or if I'm
I should
smoking
bring
or
a
gumming,
puzzle to the birthday party.
you should bring a puzzle to the birthday party. You should have something to do.
Yeah.
If you bring, if you ask Mo, bring games. Mo is the game goddess. She knows. She's the game witch.
I mean, yeah, she is. And I do like games, but at some point, you're too inebriated to play games.
Not if you bring the right games, man.
All right, fair enough.
We have perfect games for this.
Okay,
Don't doubt my wife's ability to bring a good game. She got
fair.
game and brings it.
Oh, I
And
hope she
brings
wears
game.
her green Jaguar sweater because you know if she's wearing that, the party's on.
It's her favorite sweater. We talk about how much
Yeah, no
she's
shit.
awesome every time. It's so good. It's like her best piece in the whole thing. It's awesome.
It's a great sweater,
She has an iconic sweater. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Yeah, it's the
and
best.
I love red hens and green.
It's true. Classic color combo.
It is a classic color combo. Christmas grandpa.
I don't think I have any more
Um,
questions about parties.
what's your perfect party?
My perfect party? I mean, Ragnarok is getting there. It has been getting there. Like I said, it's very expensive and time consuming to plan out. But like, I like
No money.
no, yeah. If money was no object, I would probably not rent a gazebo at the park anymore because God, that was just such a fucking nightmare last year. And to go there
Why?
super man. I so
Man.
man. So I had the space reserved. It's an outdoor gazebo, right? So the year previous, I had rented an enclosed like park
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
building.
yeah.
And that was pretty cool. I had my qualms with that one as well. One, it was much more expensive. And two, when we had like 20-ish people in there, including like 5 little kids, it got crazy fucking loud.
Mm.
To the point where like I couldn't like do things anymore. And that kind of sucked. So then last year I rented a gazebo. I had it reserved for like 3 or 4 hours, something like that. And I show up very early in the morning to like get things set up. And because it's an outside space, there's just like there's already a group there, and they're like they've like posted up in it, and it's clearly some guy running like a fly fishing
Oh,
um like class or something like that. And like I'm like
oh yeah.
hauling down like coolers and plates and shit and like things of sterno, and like I'm putting up decorations just like around this guy talking about fly fishing. And like some lady who's been like recording some of it comes up to me and she's like, hey, could you like be like a little bit less loud, like we're trying to run a class. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting because I have this space rented starting 45 minutes ago and I paid money to be here. And she's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. And I was like, yeah, I figured.
You can be such a dick.
I don't fucking care about these people. It's my fucking birthday party. Get out of my gazebo, lady.
Out
I
of my
I have to go back to my car to get the shovel so I can shovel goose shit out of the
Yeah.
puddles before my friends and their children get here.
Okay, so yeah, perfect party. I don't do any of the setup or tear down.
See, yeah, that would be the dream. But yeah, I mean, my perfect party there'd be multiple stages, right? There'd be a big physical activity like
Ugh.
a sword fight or
Oh yeah, I kicked that guy's ass.
that was pretty awesome. See, that was fun. See, I like having different kinds of activities too, like a big sword fight or like a low key grappling tournament. Some jujitsu happens, some wrestling, or there's like beats a short workout, whatever. I have to get my wiggles out. I have to work up an appetite because then we move to food and drink. There's music. There's maybe party games. I do trivia every
Party
year. I would
party games?
party games. I would run a trivia. I love that. And then the after party is someone else cleans up, and then someone runs Dungeons and Dragons, and I get to play in it. I don't have to run Dungeons and Dragons. That's my
I
ideal
thought you
party.
loved being a DM.
I do, but when it's like especially after hosting a party all night, like I
Well,
don't
yeah,
have the
fair, fair, fair,
fucking.
fair, fair, fair.
It's very energy intensive to be a dungeon master,
Yeah.
um, and I just don't get to play as often as I'd like. Although that's changing now. We just started a new campaign earlier this week. Shout out to my new campaigners. Yeah, that would be it. There would be exercise, trivia, and Dungeons and Dragons, which is just how I would spend every day if I could. To be honest, that'd be awesome if I could. I was thinking earlier today about because like I said, I had this job interview, so I actually just accepted the job contract earlier today. So now I am officially
Oh, bah, bah, bah.
re-employed at New Hope YMCA. I will still be coaching and training at Soda Fitness. I don't think it's even going to really affect my schedule out there. So if you're one of my clients who listens, I don't think anyone does. Don't worry,
Rude.
I'm still going to be around. Whatever. I tell every time I'm like, "Do you listen to the podcast? Did you listen to the episode?" They're like, "Ooh, no, I haven't. I should do that." Correct. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, should you really? Um, oh yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today about like what would because my time is going to be extremely precious now all of a sudden because I'm going to be working
Yeah.
way more. And it's like because I was thinking about like
Doing like three
jujitsu.
jobs at once, one of
Yeah,
them owning a business.
like 2.5, 3 jobs here. Yeah, which is what I was doing before we had Olivia. I was working like 60 hours a week, but that was before we had Olivia.
Right.
Now the game has changed just a little bit. But I was thinking about like what would my like what do I what do I want to do eventually? You know, because this thing about jujitsu and Dungeons and Dragons and doing creative things and running this business and being a coach and all this other stuff. And it's like I would love my moonshot 10 years, 15 years would be like I'm a black belt in jujitsu and I have my own school where I get to teach jujitsu to people, and it's also like a kettlebell gym, and also we play Dungeons and Dragons there. It's a venue for D&D,
Sounds pretty dope.
which would be awesome. And I don't think
Can glass animals and nature documentaries be playing?
I don't see why not, man. And like I
Hell
don't think it's
yeah.
impossible either because like
Yeah,
I
right.
love jujitsu and I love teaching people things. And I think that would be such a natural thing in there. And that's easier to open up, I think, if you have combination with like kettlebells, jujitsu.
Could you do like a role playing, but the role playing of D&D, but you should be like, "Oh, I'm an ogre and you're a ranger. Now let's grapple jujitsu style."
We could. That'd be pretty fun. There's actually a thing called LARP, LARP, live
Yeah, I'm
action role play. Yeah.
super aware of what LARP is because you're my brother.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say pretty much everyone who listens to this podcast knows what LARP is because you know who I am. But yeah, you could LARP.
LARPing about in the woods.
And that's pretty much what that is, I guess.
Remember when you LARPed at Target?
Yeah, the fucking cops got called on us. That was stupid. Yeah, that was dumb as shit. People
Dude,
are
I
weak.
will literally never forget when the caller ID said Lino Lakes Police Department, and you weren't home, and I was like, oh,
Is it my birthday?
he is so motherfucking grounded.
And everyone got so fucking bent out of shape about it, man. It's so fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
it's the ultimate tattletale, and I was like, hey, Mom, the Lino Lakes Police Department's on the phone.
It's not me this time because I'm holding the phone to you.
I've never gotten in trouble with the law.
Anyways, I hate cops forever. Um, I've hated cops since I was a fucking child, dude. It was
Yeah,
not.
you have.
It was
Yeah,
not that event that kicked it off.
right,
It's been
right.
forever. Um, but that would be my ideal party.
With no
Activity
cops.
with none, not the law, man. Bring it. Don't get him out of here.
Okay, very last story time.
Yes,
When I had my Harry Potter birthday party,
that was a good one. I was there for that.
was a really good one. Yep. And the cops got called back in the day when I was drinking.
Oh yeah.
And I was pretty litty. And the cops came and they're like, "What's going on?" And then Cameo was like, "It's a Harry Potter birthday party." And they were like, "All right, I was talking to the owner of the house," and so I like walked up and I was like, "Are you guys like the guards of Azkaban?"
Wow.
And then one guy laughed.
One of the cops or just
One
one
of the cops
person?
left. No,
Okay.
no, no. One of the cops. There's 3 cops.
They have nothing else to do in fucking Lino Lakes.
3 cops. It was the Blaine police, which also, like, I'm sorry, there are parts of Blaine that you need to be in that's not here.
You like Target for some fucking kids in costumes.
Yeah.
Go haul their ass
And then
out.
one of them was in my communications class in college, and I was just like, why the fuck are you here, bitch?
Shouldn't you be a class? Shouldn't you be working on a communications degree?
God, he was so annoying too.
Weird. Do you imagine that?
Okay.
I haven't gone on a good old fashioned ACAB rant in a while on this show. I'm allowed. I get one per episode, but now I have whole episodes that are me ranting, so I get it out of my system on our off weeks.
One opportunity.
Every week. Great. Just repeatedly.
I always want to say that to Eric.
Yeah, one shot, one opportunity.
Yeah, when it comes to like parenting.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. I'm always just like, I'm Marshall Mathering you. Step the fuck up.
Mom spaghetti.
Oh my god. Okay. Fine. One last story time.
I'm glad I could convince you, Rachel.
Okay, stop.
Okay. Twist my arm.
My best friend Shelby, her little sister, I went over to her house and she was sitting on her couch eating spaghetti. And her mom does make very good spaghetti. And she was just like, "Oh, what up, Rach? You want some of Mom's spaghetti?" And I instantly, no pause at all, said, "I got vomit on my sweater already." And she was like, "Oh."
Did they get it?
Obviously.
Or were they
'cause
like,
she's cool.
please do laundry?
Do you need a wipe?
Do you need a wipey, Rachel? This has been the RF Fitness Podcast. Yes, I'm available for online coaching and now extremely limitedly in person
Yeah,
coaching.
honestly.
Yeah. I'm going to schedule myself into oblivion. To find out if my coaching is right for you, head to rffitness.net. That's, you know, it's
F-I-T-E-N-N-A.
rfitness.net. Perfect. 10 out of 10 no notes. Then scroll all the way to the bottom of the big green page to find out what coaching I offer. You can do the client application and hit join the party to jump in our community Discord server for free. Our theme music, wherever it goes this episode, is going to be Funk
Yeah,
AF by Everett Almond. I'll figure it out. Distributed by YouTube Studios. Thank you. And as always,
that burp distributed by Rob Finlayson
Belch is
Studios.
distributed by Certified Elder Belcher. Rob Finlayson. Keep questing.
Bye.
Man.